Julia Lopez Martinez.
Buenos dias, bikes. The phrase out of the blue is used when something unexpected or without warning happens. As we've all experienced, certain events can leave us affected positively or negatively, even if we aren't prepared for it. Our biggest out of the blue began in 2020 when we were struck by this pandemic known as COVID. Teachers had to figure out how to teach their students, while students were figuring out whether to stay in pajamas for Zoom or change into decent clothes. It left us isolated from others as if we were on our own islands. We met our peers who we now call best friends through a camera. We learned how to take responsibility in our own hands while we were all stuck at home. As we adapted to the new protocols and guidelines, it initiated a new perspective on things we now do every day. Things we used to take for granted, we don't anymore. We started to appreciate the little things around us. Most of us look back and can think how grateful we are for those in our lives today. I have noticed that as small as a breath of fresh air to the company of loved ones is something that became so valuable due to the unexpected. Things became more important and they started to have more worth. To leave our home became something we aspired to do. The thought of going back to school became so exhilarating we couldn't wait to return. As I wrote these words, I realized that school not only became a place where we learn, but it became the center where we formed our relationships with one another. Throughout these years, we learned the importance of each other's company. Friends become family, and the growth in that is so beautiful. Some started middle school with best friends, others didn't. Some of us had to push ourselves to meet one another, but I'm glad we were bold enough to do so. I never thought I would meet friends who made mile runs so fun I would miss it, or ride the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios with my band and orchestra friends. Yes, sometimes it was tough making friends, but I'm so glad that I was able to, because I've made some of the most valuable friendships here at Valley View. Without the environment of our best friends, our journey would have not been the same. I'm humbled to say that this group of peers learned how to create a tight relationship with one another despite the isolation, and I'm confident we will continue to hold on to each other. Of course, people come and go, but throughout middle school I learned that my true best friends here today have stayed with me through all the ups and downs. No matter what happened at the end of the day, I know I can go back to them and nothing changes. They came out of the blue, and it was the most positive thing that has happened to me. Every day is something so different, and that is what made our middle school experience so memorable. Though something that kept constant was the support from the staff. Sorry. Maybe we got upset because of the homework that was assigned, or stressed out when Miss Glaze would assign our next quiz. Nevertheless, they always have a smile on their face. Teachers not only teach, but they inspire. Something that I have truly acknowledged is the motivation this school has pushed you to be the best you can be. Whether it's a teacher like Mr. Monet asking you where you want to be in 10 years. Sorry. Miss Gravage talking to you after class to make sure everything is okay. Or Miss White telling you a funny joke to make you smile. They do more than enough to cheer you up and help you keep going. I believe that each teacher served a purpose for each student here. It's not to help us find slope or teach us Newton's first law of motion, but instead to help us succeed in our future and be our stepping stones to success. We aren't promoting middle school by chance, but rather because of the late nights, bad grades, tears, and talks with teachers we went through. I am not only proud of myself, but proud of every student here today that has shown perseverance and determination these past 3 years. Some days were harder than others, but together we lifted each other up. As we finished our last year at middle school, I've noticed that we were all left with an impact, some more than others. And that's the key. Whether it was a positive or negative, we managed to make it work, and that's the key to an out of the blue event. As a class, we managed to complete 6th grade through a camera, and look where we are today. Things like mile runs, STEM tests, fire drills, all come out of the blue. But as we continue to face different challenges, we learn how to manage it better and better. We all have definitely had our rough days, but that was a part of our journey. Not everything has gone how we wanted it to, but I can assure you that every individual here has made their journey the best it could be. At last, our time at middle school is up. Thank you, teachers, for the incredible patience and skill you have shown us. I have been uplifted by all the support and administrators here on this campus. The school truly helps every student strive for excellence. I will never take these 3 years for granted, but instead cherish them. Sorry. And to my best friends, thank you for pushing me to be the best I could be and helping me create memories I will never forget. My years here would have been incredibly different without you guys. Thank you for making me laugh during passing periods, buying me cookies at the snack bar, helping me understand algebra when I couldn't myself, studying STEMs with me 5 minutes before we take our test, and finally showing me what it means to be a good friend. I hope you guys know how much love I have for you guys. Finally, I want to thank my wonderful parents for all their support throughout these last 3 years. They have helped me become the person I am today. Without you all, I would not be standing here. I love you all, and here's to many more successful years. Thank you, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for this remarkable class. Now, I would like to introduce the person that made my mile run so memorable, my good friend, Katra Transhi.